Hello and welcome to your sewer lateral inspection from pillar to post. This inspection is for 2421 South Newberry Court, Denver, Colorado 80224. Starting things off, we're currently looking down into the city's main. This is the point where the home's main line ends and empties out into the city's main through what is called a tap connection. And a tap connection is simply the term used identifying the home's main line connection to the city's main. So I'm going to back out of the city's main and get back into the home's main line. Backing up out of the main right now. You can see there is water running, emptying out into the city's main. You can see that right at the bottom of the screen. And then right away, as we get back into the home's main line, we immediately go submerged. So right off the bat, we have observed a belly in the home's main line. This area has been marked outside with green paint. These markings will be documented. There are also some previous markings as well in the same area. So I'm going to assume that this line was probably scoped at some point and marked off this same problem area. But once again, this will be all documented in an inspection report. We're going to recommend having a sewer line technician come out and evaluate the line to determine if and what corrective measures are needed. As you can see, still submerged. And I'm sorry, I mentioned the term belly. I just want to give you a brief understanding of what that is. Basically, it's a portion of the line that is holding water. As you can see here, we are in standing water. You should not have this much of standing water in any portion of your line. It is common for when there's lots of water running through the line. Obviously, the line's going to fill up with water. But right now, we have no water running, and we have a substantial standing body of water here. And basically, what causes this is a sag in the line, basically a low point in the line where water is basically not moving down the line at an optimal level, and it just forms a standing body of water due to that low spot. And what this does is it gives the potential for when solids come down the line, they can't flow freely through that portion of the line, which over time can cause a blockage or even worse, a backup. So this is why it's recommended to have a sewer line technician come out and evaluate the line to determine if and what corrective measures will be needed. And now we're not submerged. So it's about anywhere from 8 to 10, I'm gonna say 7 to 10 feet that you have a low spot in the line, and kind of a rule of thumb is anything 5 feet or more of standing water is a cause of concern. So the home's main line is comprised of cast iron and concrete. Some things to keep in mind when you have a concrete or concrete, clay, or cast iron line is they're very susceptible to ground pressure, being that all sewer lines are buried. They're also susceptible to the ground around the line shifting and moving. These ground factors cause these older standards of sewer pipe to become misaligned or offset at connecting joints. And once that happens, this is what allows for root intrusion. Root intrusion is a common problem with older standards of sewer pipe due to these ground factors. However, this line, in terms of root intrusion, has held up pretty well as the connecting joints. We have not observed any major pipe misalignments or offsets at connecting joint. This is an example of a connecting joint right here. There's a minor pipe misalignment here, but nothing that's causing a conflict. there's another thing to keep in mind when dealing with cast iron and clay. So at this connecting joint here, we do have a pipe misalignment there, but once again, this is considered a minor pipe misalignment. This connection is still intact, and it's not causing a conflict at this time. There's nothing being caught up in this area, or no flow or debris is being restricted from being able to flow through the line. It's just a great example of what I mean by it's a common thing with concrete and clay lines to have pipe misalignments or offsets at connecting joints, and it's at those areas where root intrusion occurs, because once the pipe becomes misaligned or offset, it creates these little gaps that can allow for root intrusion. So another thing to keep in mind with clay or concrete line is that you have to be a little bit more vigilant with these lines in terms of your cleaning maintenance. You want to have these lines cleaned and scoped every 1 to 3 years. That 1 to 3 year cleaning schedule will help get rid of any accumulated buildup, as well as if there is root intrusion, that cleaning will rid the line of the roots. And that 1 to 3 year cleaning schedule will help keep roots under control and not allow them to grow down into the channel of the pipe where wasted water flow, because if the roots are allowed to grow down into the channel, they will block off the line and cause a blockage and ultimately a backup. So now we're transitioning into the cast iron portion of the line. You can see here immediately the surface changes. The surface of cast iron is very rough, it's bumpy, it's scaly. And this is the culmination of years of just buildup that has accumulated in the line over the years, as well as the scaling effect that takes place inside of a cast iron line. And the scaling effect, basically the surface of the cast iron becomes very flaky and brittle. It flakes off. It creates these rough and jagged edges within the line, which makes it easier for things to get caught up in this portion of your line, which once again, why that 1 to 3 year cleaning schedule is going to be paramount in maintaining this portion of the home's main line. Some things to avoid: we advise against putting flushable wipes or female products down the toilet. These products are advertised as flushable, but they're not. They will absolutely cause problems within your drain line, as they cause problems within all drain lines, regardless of the material the drain line is comprised of, but they will especially cause problems within a cast iron line due to the rough nature of the surface. We also advise against putting lots of food down a garbage disposal. Food contains fats, oils, and grease, and these substances are the main contributors to build up within a home's main line. And what we're looking at in this cast iron, once again, is a culmination of that buildup from fats, oils, and grease over the years, as well as the scaling effect that takes place naturally inside of a cast iron line. And as we move to this portion of the line, you can see that scaling in full here. Once again, you can see how it's very flaky, and there's portions where you'll see that we have loose debris like in this area here. There's some loose flaking, loose scaling that is falling off the walls of the pipe. The scaling is pretty heavy in this area. And this is what that 1 to 3 year cleaning schedule will help rid the line of. And now we've transitioned into the plastic portion of the line, which is right where we're working our way back to our access point, which is a 2-inch clean out located down in the basement in the laundry/mechanical room. Clean outs are a great feature to have. They allow for quick and easy access to the home's main line. There's also a clean out located in the basement bathroom. However, it is a cast iron clean out, and it has a cast iron cap that is seized. We cannot open that cap, so it is recommended that you have that cap replaced by a licensed plumber to allow for access in the future. Now we just made our way back to the access point. That's the 2-inch clean out right here. So at the time of this inspection, we have observed a substantial standing body of water in the line. We've also observe excessive scaling and buildup in the cast iron portion of the line. So we're going to recommend having this line cleaned and evaluated by a sewer line technician to determine if corrective measures are needed. I'm on the inspection here. Thank you for choosing Pillar to Post for all your home inspection needs.